and welcome back to a little bit of a Friday recap here. We just wrapped up with trading and then reviewing the swing trades. Overall today, the glove made me profitable again. Just, being calm and collected, waiting for the right setups and understanding a few things like lately we've been having moves that are just much more aggressive early on and then they flush to the downside. We were talking about that several times today. And actually one of the tickers, let's actually go to the charts right now. One of the tickers in particular, SCKT, this was one of those, and I just want to talk about this very briefly here. It's a technology company, computer hardware, USA. Oops, I just bit my lip. 5 million float, 9 million market cap as of pre-market, and 75% gapping up. Q3 came out, so they were up on earnings and they had some goodwill, basically impairment, which basically means not all their information was out yet, right? They were still working on a few things. They kind of blamed it due to coronavirus delays, which might be the case. I had some people coming over today to fix my bathroom. It looks like we have some sort of leak, and they were literally stopped at the border in Poland. And right now I'm in Berlin, and yeah, so that was, I understand it. And they were stopped because corona regulations, they couldn't cross the border. So, I totally believe that, that's something that can happen. Anyway, they last spiked on August 27th for the launch of their Dura sled for the X-Cover Pro. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Always, guys, remember, it's a good thing just to go to the website and check it out a little bit. Before we do go to the website, let's just kind of talk about how we're wrapping up the day. Swing trades are still down here a little bit, $800. Nothing really new there. You guys know that, these are just positions we hold for quite some time. We talked about them for the second half of the live stream. But day trading today was really, really nice. SCKT, we're up $581. And where was the second little booger? Here we go. MDGS, we're up $80 on that one. And then I lost $3.64 on ZDGE, a ticker I was not really hot about. We could talk about those two very quickly near the end. But SCKT is really what I want to be focused on here. Where are we? Oh, actually, the rack stays. Let's close that one up. That's what we were talking about for the swing trades. Just want to make sure the RAM is as efficient as possible. Okay, so Socket Company, Socket Mobile. They kind of do this scanning technology, and they have a lot of nice partnerships. That's where I was a little bit more confident with them. It wasn't just one of those pop-up companies. They've actually been around since 1992, if my memory holds me correct. I looked it up earlier today. I really like their kind of partners and their corporate relations here. Some really good stuff. You can see there are a bit more enterprise solutions here. So, this company is a little bit more sound. Although, the fact that 9 million market cap is kind of small. Although you can see here, it's technically a 19 million market cap at the moment. Yeah, so let's kind of talk about this one pre-market, because this is where things were getting kind of interesting with this ticker. And actually, let's actually start with the daily. That's always the best place to start with any ticker. And you could even go back to a weekly chart, since this is a much older company. And back when I always like the weekly because it puts things in perspective a little bit more. When you're on the 4 hour or the daily, sometimes you miss a lot of information. Anyway, this one had one of those hot spikes to the upside. Who knows why it was running back here? Maybe it was going through one of those phases like EV companies are going through right now. Although I think, the EV is not a phase, but it has that initial momentum, just right, like the dot-com bubble, right? It has those initial momentums where things go exponential and then it kind of calms down a little bit, even if it is an industry that's, going to survive. Anyway, SCKT, let's actually zoom in here, something towards something a little bit more reasonable. This was actually one of those spikes in the past, and this is when they came out August 27th with that kind of catalyst here. That's why I recognized them. I was like, oh, we traded these guys not too long ago. We had this big spike to the upside, but it failed to hold its highs and it pulled back. Also, pre-market, it did all of its trading pre-market, and then it kind of gave back a lot of profits. So let's see if we can find that very quickly here. Yeah, so let's zoom in here. This is the last time, August 27th, we were day trading these guys, and we traded them a little bit here on the moves to the upside, and then this is actually where we made most of our profits, and then we did some dip trading on the way to the downside, and they just kind of gave back profits ever since then. Same situation here. I did most of my trading today on this second leg to the upside, right? When you're day trading, there's typically two legs, right? You have one leg to the upside pre-market, then you have consolidation, and then you have a second leg up. Usually that would happen traditionally at the market open, right? That's why it's called the gap and go strategy. You gap up, consolidate, market opens, it goes for a second leg. Lately, a lot of these second legs have been happening pre-market, and then we see selling off during the day. So it's a little bit tough, and that's why the chat room has gotten quite active pre-market. If you guys are not part of the chat room, we go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. to review the watches and then trade the market open. Although today, I think we're going to start making adjustments. We started today at 9 a.m. to kind of review the watch list and get in the flow a little bit more. And it seemed like I asked if people would like to continue that, and there was 100% consensus on yes. So I think we might start the streams a little bit earlier. I'll make a more official announcement though in the future about that. Don't forget, drop a like, guys, if you enjoy the content as well. I really drop a like if you enjoy the content as well. I do appreciate that. Okay, back to SCKT. So yeah, just knowing what we knew last time, I knew this thing had a leg up, consolidated, and then had a leg up again last time. And to this time it did a very similar thing. So the open here was really sketchy on this one, and the news came out, everyone was trading this one. It consolidated here. I wasn't really interested in it, and then at 7 a.m. pre-market starts for TD Ameritrade and a lot of other brokers. I missed the initial move to the upside actually when this happened. It was a nice, very strong one, but I was not really ready to trade this one. I've had kind of a weird pre-market this week. One time I was stopped out entirely pre-market. I was down like $430, which is past my max stop for the day. So I had to stop trading. So that's why I was like, oh, this thing's really popping up here. Let me, get a feel for it a little bit more. And then I did a disaster. And this was, in hindsight, this was a perfect cup and handle. We had a big move to the upside, right? We had a rounded bottom here, and then we had a nice breakout with a pullback. This last move, this is where I actually made my profits back. And then we had a breakout, we had double top, consolidation, beautiful flag pattern, and the continuation from there. I mean, this was a perfect cup and handle. But in this area, I was constantly thinking we were going to make these moves higher, and I was buying into these false breakouts. So I was up 100, and then I was down 100, and then I was constantly giving back. I think I did like 10 trades before like 8 o'clock, and I was up $8. And right before that last up $8, I was down like, I don't know, 100 or so. It was a super stressful pre-market for me. Eventually, I caught my break. I bought this little move here and had a nice little rip to the upside, and I was instantly in the green, like 150 after that one. A little bit more kind of messiness. I don't know why I didn't trade this perfect setup here. Sometimes you just got to take a step back. I don't know. I bought a nice little pullback here, little rip. Bought a nice little pullback here, another rip to the upside. Yeah, I don't know. Pre-market was okay. It wasn't the best pre-market, but SCKT definitely presented some decent opportunities. I bought one pullback here to the 9 EMA, and I sold here right at 27, which was almost the perfect high. And then I originally was actually thinking about holding it a little bit longer, but I don't know, the position size and everything was like, oh, I don't know, I'm happy to be out of this one, take my profits. And good thing I did, because this thing flushed viciously afterwards, 20%. So you got to watch out. I did another trade here off the balance of 4. I wanted an entry below 4. I didn't get it though. And then again, I took profits very quickly on this one. I felt like with SCKT, I just couldn't trust it. It kept on flushing to the downside. It kept on having these very vicious sell-offs. It's like there was huge hidden sellers everywhere. And every time the price spiked up, you can see literally every time the price spiked above 4, it would be a sell-off catastrophe. And this last one was the most wicked. I mean, this is like 25% dip. That's usually why I wrap up trading by 10:30. That's when you get usually the most volume between, 9:30 and 10:30. That hour, is to me like the sweet spot. Although lately, last like 3-4 months, we've been doing a lot of trading pre-market. Okay, I just had to gather my thoughts here. So what do I think is going to happen with SCKT? Well, actually, I do like the company overall. I do think it's fairly credible. It's not like your typical small cap that just kind of flies by and disappears again. So I got to say, to me, I'm somewhat long this one. But like short term to mid term, but the long term is really nasty looking. As an investor, this is not usually what you want to be seeing. So I probably, wouldn't recommend, investing in a company like this. Honestly, it really looks like there's a bunch of dilution in a ticker like this. They have these constant reverse splits, right? You can see a reverse split here. This is a 1 to 10. And then you have dilution. You can identify that because if you scroll back here, you notice, oh my God, there's a bunch of volume, but there must have been a bunch of new shares dumped into the market here after the reverse split. which makes it seem like, oh, there's only volume today. Yeah, high relative volume, but overall probably just a high amount of dilution as well. So I don't know. It's a ticker that I probably couldn't go on long term, and I'm a little bit nervous that last time we had one of these big days, we sold off so much. So let's go back to the daily chart here and kind of look at it very quickly again. You can already see, we opened up, sold off the rest of the day, opened up, try to spike higher just like here a little bit, and then selling off. And I don't know, is the momentum to the downside going to stop? At this point, I don't really see why it would. So I'd be very, very pause off on this ticker. I wouldn't trade it overnight unless it was somehow holding its highs here around 3, maybe around 2.5. Could be an option for tomorrow, but I kind of doubt it. And also, Fridays are also a bit weird. That's why, Fridays has the name from like Freaky Friday, Wildcard Friday, Flying Friday. I don't know. I've heard so many different things from traders, and it's because companies don't want to come out with catalysts on Friday because people just forget about it. Trading's weaker on Friday, and over the weekend, that's a bunch of time for people to forget about your catalyst. And on Monday, there's a bunch of new stuff, right? So people, typically, there's not going to be those hot flyers on a Friday. Sometimes you get it, you never know what's going to happen on Friday. Sometimes some whamming news comes out, slamming news. Other times, there's nothing. And then if there's nothing, people try to find something. And then you get these weird kind of moves. So SCKT, I don't know. To me, I'm probably done with it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it in the future. So if I was going to invest into SCKT, I would probably be looking something closer to like, I don't know, below $2 for sure. I don't think I would be buying it in these zones. No way. I just wake up one day with an offering news and you're down like 50%. Not really something I'd freaking sign up for. Day trading this one, I'd probably be looking for support around 2.5 and trade some bounces off of that. Just be very careful, guys. This thing flushes. It's very nasty, and the way it's been trading on the downside. So just keep an eye out for that for sure. Also, if you guys are wondering, Alex, what are you reading lately? What's going on? What kind of laptop do you use? What kind of camera do you use? I just, as of yesterday, I think it was, I put like my wish list or like all of my things that I shop and do on Amazon here. It's official on shop/Alex Winkler. You guys can see my office equipment, including the new laptop we're going to get. I have yet to order it, so it's not totally official. But just really quickly here, this is the laptop I'm looking at. I don't know, I'm 100% if this is the one we're going to order. I have a little note on here. It says joining the office in November. So this is what's planned. We'll see what happens. So yeah, guys, just a little bit. I'll add this to the video description below for now on. Yeah, I think that's everything for this video, guys. So don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy the content. If you're totally new, consider subscribing. Would love to see you again. Yeah, join the channel. The community is amazing. Anyway, guys, like always, stay safe, make some awesome trades. I'll see you guys then first thing on Monday morning. Till then, ciao, ciao, guys.